Hello, the Astroflower family. Welcome back to the Astroflower channel. This is going to be a general reading followed by a sign in clarification of a general reading for July. So if you're already part of the Astroflower family, welcome. We do appreciate your support. So that's the overall energy that's gone down. Ace of Swords. This goes in line with what's been going on with my energies in regards to my healing over the last sort of week. I've done 50 hours of healing over the last week. It's been amazing. A little bit drained, but it's okay. I've been channeling that energy all the time and it's been absolutely fantastic. Met some absolutely beautiful people down in Provence, and I do thank you for being there. I will be having some healing sessions in the UK. If you want to get involved in that, well, there will be a link some point in the description below. Let's get on to the general reading. So this is a general reading for what's going on for everybody in the human race, as it were, over the next month of July. And we're going to be tying it into the Astroflower. So we've got in the center here, we've got the Ace of Swords. It's going from a transition from fire energy, internal fire energy, to internal air energy. So we're moving from the passion of the instant, of the now, and moving into the calculative mental side of tomorrow. That's what seems to be happening. Let's just get an overall feeling of the general vibration, what's going on with the human race. If you've been watching the weeklies, if you're part of the Astroflower family already and you've been watching the weeklies, I've been talking about these waves that have been coming through, and there's different ones for fixed, mutables and cardinals, and we can see these waves, but because everybody's involved in this, it's almost like there's several waves going on at the same time. Okay, so it seems like choppy waters. Now, choppy waters, for anyone who sails or who knows anything about the sea, choppy waters are two things. Basically, it's about what you're sailing above, what the seabed's like. If it's very smooth, it tends to be very consistent. If it's very rocky underneath, you can get a lot of choppy waters, but also it's got to do with the wind as well. So, and the other thing we can notice coming through, which you might be able to see, which I will put here, yeah, is that earth that we can see that comes through in this section here, but it's also coming through in this section here, and it is playing into here, which is going to move across, and this earth as well is moving across. So it's giving a certain constructive logic to the future. Let's just see what's going on the overall energy. Cutting the chaff from the wheat, cutting out the fat, cutting out the cancer on life, because we're going through cancer season. But it is a little bit like that. So, and they're not massive operations here. There's a lot of small ones, and I think that's what that choppy water is all about. It's sort of saying here that it could be a collective thing. So we might all of a sudden realise that we don't actually need money to live. And we might just be able to get along. That could well be it. That's a massive realization in the human race. But it could be actually a realization of kind of going, maybe we need to reevaluate how we use the energy of the earth. That could well be it on that sort of scale of sort of petrol and electricity and everything like that. It could also be very simple things like sort of the way we treat our neighbours, the way we treat our community, our friends and our family. And develop that sort of side of life. So it could be these little things, but on a personal level, and this is where we're going to go into the readings of the individual signs at the end of this general reading. So if you're watching this on an Aries, it'd be for Aries at the end, you'll see. Yeah. So it could be on a personal level. There's another thing that's coming through as well, is with these victories, will make the masks drop. So this could be, as I say, on a collective level, but it also could be from people that are around you or situations that are around you. So it could be, say, like how a local business is really, not treating the local environment very well. And that may be that mask that falls down. that sort of thing. It's like, you know, let's take an extreme example. We could say it's like a vegan restaurant serving beef. You know what I mean? It's that sort of thing, and people thinking, oh, it's a really nice restaurant and everything like that. It's really tasty, and I don't eat beef anyway, so I wouldn't know if beef is tasty. I haven't eaten it in 30 odd years. But anyway, yeah, so, you know, it could be that sort of thing. So it's a mask coming down. So here we go. We got the relationship side, and then here we got the financial sort of side. These are the karmic messages for according to both sides, and this is the overall outcome for the month. So let's just go through here. Let's just get an overall reading. So it's a general sort of reading. I think on this side, certainly on the relationship side, let's just do the karmic message first. True value. That's what it seems to be. Aha. Okay, so stepping through a portal, celebration, a realization of what is real value. That is what is going to be happening. That's our understanding this month. That's what we got to understand this month. The true value of things. And this is on the relationship side. So it's a true value of those relationships that are around you. Let's just see how the universe is trying to sort of influence us. It's almost as if I think the universe is trying to make us understand that we're a planet that's attached to a sun, which is got lots of planets around it, so it acts like a cell, and that cell is in a bigger part of the body, could be like an organ, like the liver, whatever, and then that liver is obviously within a being, which we might call the big kahuna, or the big cheese, or you know, dog in opposite. So, you know, it depends what you call it, but I think it's a realization of being part of something that's much more putting us in balance and in harmony with the universe that is around us in an emotional sort of sense. This is looking up to be a really nice month actually for us, for everybody, you know, as a collective sort of thing. It's really quite nice. So let's just see how the like it's almost like as our ancestors are trying to sort of influence, like the human race that's been before us, that we've all been incarnated at some point in, how we're trying to advise our future self in a way. That's what it's trying to do on a physical sort of level within our relationships. Active, be involved, be part of it. Don't be stuck. That's what they're trying to get us unstuck. Maybe they're trying to get us unstuck to, a system that is just sort of like, swallowing us up collectively. That could well be it. It could be getting us unstuck from a narrative that's being shoved down our throats. This could be on an individual level as much as on a global or national level. So that's what our ancient guides, our ancestors are trying to influence us as a going forward. Okay, on this side here, this is how our ancestors are trying to influence the here and now. So really getting involved in what they've put into place over those generations before us to get to this situation where we are living at the moment. Open up. Be open to relationships. Be open to the community. Be open to saying hello to your neighbour, asking them if they need anything, or asking them to help you with something. Open up, I think. Judgment. This is really nice as well. So this is all about sort of ascending to something far greater, which is a great possibility within the human race. We have that. If you go into, let's say, caves around the world and you see cave drawings, you're never going to see, not of my knowledge, someone might know, so if they do know, put them in the comments below. I'd like to see it. But you never see cave paintings of humans fighting humans. It didn't exist. Why didn't it exist? Maybe we didn't have the bear to poke or the man to make, the man to pay. That could well be it. So I think this is, the human race here within regards to relationships and etc. has got a real opportunity to step out of that narrative or that paradigm that we've been in for years and generations and generations. And I think this is what the ancestors are trying to tell us as well. It ties in beautifully with those constant small victories and that new thing. And this is a real mental card. So this is pushing through to the future as we move into Leo by the end of the month, where we're going to get a lot more of that cardinal air coming in, which will be coming in right down this section here from Libra, which is this card here as well, which will be really influencing at the beginning of the month, the beginning of July. That's where the Libra energy is, and it moves over here. And as it moves over here, this is where we go through that portal now going forward. Let's just have a look what's going on the financial sort of side. Now, this is obviously very complicated for everybody. There's lots of things tied into it, various geopolitical sort of things, economical things, philosophical sort of things. But on an individual basis, we've all been through a tough time over the last sort of 2 or 3 years. And that may be weighing on us and sort of playing on our minds, as it were. Let's just see how the overall energy is going on for that. Let's see what's going on that side of things. I think this is more to do with the masks. As I said earlier on, the mask coming down. And it seems to be like history is going to bring down those masks. So all of a sudden, I think there's going to be maybe a case of realizations where we're going to realize, oh, what we've been told may not necessarily be the truth. I think that's going to be the case. That's what it looks like. So let's have a look what the karmic message is going on here. Accounts. Time to do the accounts. Time to draw the bottom line and see what's what. And that's what it seems to be. Sun, happiness, liberation. And that's what the bottom line's all about in the regards to finances. When you do your accounts and you draw that bottom line and then you say exactly how much money you've got, you can feel like let's say in your business or in your job or whatever, at the end of the month, you've got that money and you kind of think, yeah, I can now do things with it. And I think this is what this is realizing here. With the accounts, we can walk away from certain aspects and walk towards other aspects. And the Eight of Cups, she's walking away from that one cup and she's walking towards the sun. So I think this is what the karmic message is financially for us collectively. We've got to walk away from an old way of doing things, do the accounts, find out where all the money's gone and see who owes what and everything like that, and put everything squarely on the table so then we can all collectively move on and construct something a little bit more sort of solid and maybe even fair and and honest. Let's just see how the universe is guiding us here. It's like a wave. It's like a wave washing. It's like a tidal wave. It's like a tsunami, sort of saying, yeah, it's blowing out the cobwebs, all of that sort of thing. Oh, the Eight of Cups. I was just speaking to that. How mad is that? How mad is that? That's great. That is great. So she is walking away from that cup and she's walking towards the sun, which is over here. So, our karmic mission this month is really to sort of start enjoying the idea of our power of understanding and having control over our financial system and not allowing it to be governed by hissy fits around the world. This is our children's lives we're playing with here, people. And I think it's about time we grew up and started taking account for the situation. That's really good. So, the universe is, it's that wave. So let's just see what's going on the, how the ancestors are trying to, our past selves are trying to influence this moment on a physical sort of sense, with, on a physical sort of sense. Clean up your own backyard. I don't know if you know that Elvis Presley song. Clean up your backyard. Don't you try to... Anyway, not the rest of the words, but he talks about the idea of sort of make sure your own backyard is clean before you start complaining about the others. That's basically what it is. And it's sort of saying it's time to put to work clean up your own backyard. Being at one with who you are, I think, financially, being content with doing things. If you've got a company that is ruining people, animals, nature, then maybe it's a kind of sort of saying, okay, now I'm going to be one with myself. I'm not going to go to that business. I'm not going to get involved in that business. We have a lot more control than we actually realize. Once we realize that whole sun, it's going to be brilliant. Let's just say you didn't agree with a political a company that does, let's say, I don't know, fast foods, which you normally go to, and you didn't like the way they did their policy. In that case, and the way they treat our children, and the way they treat our society. In that case, why don't you just go and buy some meat and start, or go and buy some vegetables and do your own veggie burgers or your meat burgers, whatever. I'm not going to ram anything down anybody's throat. But it's like that. And then that'll encourage that whole sort of community side of things. I think this is where, once we get together with ourselves and realize the power that we actually do have in our hands to take control of our financial situation on an individual level. Now that is really important. If you do it on an individual level, the collective will almost look out for itself. And I think this is the realization, and this is maybe what we've got to walk away from. That whole idea that the collective is running the show or running us individually. I think this is going to be a bit of a light bulb moment for everybody. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence that in a way of mental sort of stuff and thinking and etc. Because you know, we're going to be moving on at the end of the month. We're going to be moving on where we're going to have water and earth going through here. Oh no, it's going to be earth and water, sorry, going through here. And with that earth and water, it's a very, very productive time. So once this wave has come through from the universe to get rid of all the stuff that we don't need, or that is actually being detrimental to the idea of the evolution of the human, and we start living our better selves individually through the idea of this could be brilliant, this could be such a beautiful place. Once we do that, I think on this side here, I think it's going to be very productive. So let's just see what's going on here. It's working together. It's understanding that this world wasn't built by one person, okay? And I'm not talking about the planet, I'm talking about the human aspect of it, yeah? You need to work with other people, it's, you know. So, yeah, so stop fighting. It's gonna, you know, the Five of Wands can be all about sort of fighting and conflict. But here I think it's a case of the individuals we need to stop fighting. And as individuals, we need to reach for our higher self. That's what we need to do within the financial world. And walk away from that lonesome cup that kept us hypnotized for so long, for generations and generations. And I think the old ancestors are coming in and wanting to actually do this. Let's see what the overall outcome is for July. Absolutely blinding reading. This is really reflecting on all those healings I did this week as well. Absolutely amazing. Anything is possible until you place it against reality. So I could build a mansion. I could build a massive house with a lake and everything like that. But do I have the resources to make that? Probably not. I definitely don't actually. But then therefore, automatically, the idea of building that mansion stays a bit of a dream, could well come true in time, but at this present time, in reality, it is not feasible. So basically, it's now getting on and doing things that are possible rather than trying to running around after butterflies or dreams that are not going to come true, that keep us distracted from life. Yeah. Being centered within us, knowing our place within reality. And yeah, there is people who are not going to like it to start with, but they will come round because they will see the benefits of it all. Once we as individuals start applying ourselves to this future. Okay, and I really do think that July is a pivoting point. June has been really hectic. I don't know about you guys. It's been an amazing month. Really has been an amazing month. It's been an amazing year so far. But which we've done the readings on June as well, which you can see, and also for 2022, which you can see somewhere in the in our videos on our channel. If you're subscribed, obviously, you'd be easy to be able to find them, and that's one way of helping. Spread the message. Sharing this video on Facebook and stuff like that is helping you, actually. Is helping progress the collective, helping progress us as individuals to evolve and move on from what we've been living. So share this video far and wide, because this seems to be a really important message, and it's got to get out there. It's got to get out there for us. So we're going to be now pulling on your individual signs. And you will be getting 3 cards. How we interact with this whole message on the relationship side, on the financial side, and the overall energies. We're probably going to pull a card for the going future forward section as well. So so stay with us and for that. In the meantime, don't forget, please subscribe, click that bell. It really does help us out. Okay, so straight off, Aquarius. Let's just have a quick look at what's going on for you for this month in July, and let's connect it to the overall general reading. It's been quite a hectic year, as I've said, and there's a definite transition going into this month. You're going to be coming to the end of your springtime, so you should start sort of seeing clearly what crops are working, what things are working in life, and what things are not working in life, and how you can nurture it and bring things on. And this could be to do with relationships or business. Doesn't matter which side it is, really. That's the overall sort of energy for you. Very humane transition, which is very, very Aquarius. It's like Aquarius is John the Baptist in a way. It almost gives people a fresh start. And that's that humane side of Aquarius. So yeah, I think you're going to really enjoy this on a level of seeing what's happening within society, how it's changing, and it's going to give you real excitable, bright futures within you. So it looks really, really good. There's loads of the links in the description below about the Astroflower if you want to know more about it. If you want to be part of the Astroflower family, very simple. You just need to subscribe and click that bell so you can be part of it. Let's just get what the overall energy is going through here, because every sign has had its part to play. It's like you've because you're in that springtime period, it's as if you are sort of saying, okay, if we do this, this is the possible outcomes, and these are the possible difficulties and easy parts of life that we might have to go through. So it's almost, putting the cards on the table and sort of saying, okay, which cards are we going to use? If we use these cards here, life is going to be like this. If we use these cards here, life is going to be like that. It's providing those options in that transition. And that could be within your life as well, doing that. So let's just see what's going on the relationship side. The solutions that you provide will help you and your partner and your family, your friends and your community to move on to the next dimension. 5 of Pentacles. You're not the only sign to get the 5 of Pentacles in this position here. And I think this is where, if you're providing solutions, you're thinking a little bit outside the box, as it were. And people may look at you kind of going, how does Aquarius get to these solutions? How do you may feel like you're sort of been living outside of society on the perimeter of life. And people may sort of kind of go, no, that's not possible and stuff like that. And that's where you may find you're getting a bit of loss of enthusiasm in the world around you. And you might need to, if you've got Libra around you, which is also an air sign, they're going to have that enthusiasm of going from one period to another. And as you go from one period to another, that's when your solutions will become obvious. And I think this is actually going from the cold into the warmth. So you're going from spring into your summer. That's what this period, this month's all about. And as you're doing that, you're going to be, you're going to be able to provide those solutions. And I think, because you're going from the cold into the warmth, rather on this sort of side, I think it's not rather loss, it's rather than actually there's gains within streamlining. So streamlining your relationships and getting them down to things that can work, getting it down to activities that you enjoy with certain people, to explore life differently, will actually give you a lot more profit. So rather than trying to do everything, that's that loss of sort of saying, I want to be select now about what we're actually doing and how we're going forward. Let's just see what's going on your money side of life. It's all to do with futures. It's putting into place, and this could be within your job as much, in your career path as much as your business and your project. It's preempting the future. Page of Swords. Is there not the Page of Swords out there? Maybe it was out there on another reading. Page of Swords. So going on that really joyous, childlike in a way, energy of the great possibilities of tomorrow. Having that sun to sort of, sharpen your sword, sharpen your mental ability as we move a little bit more into sort of summer period and getting into your stride of the summer period. As you do that, you're going to be able to capitalize on opportunities going forward. And I think it's preempting going forward. So use your intuition and be decisive, but understand that some things are going to be lost and some things are going to be winning. And as you go over this month, I think this is the learning curve of what you're winning and what you're losing in this month. So then in the future, in the following month of August, you can concentrate on the things that are really providing, victories for you, or profits for you, or benefits for you and your family and your business and your job, and etc. Let's see what the overall energy is going through you. I might have said this to you in your other weeklies, which your weeklies come out on Sunday. You'll have to subscribe and click that bell if you want to get notifications on it. And your weekly was talking about, reaching for the stars, not limiting, I think it was your sign, not limiting yourself to your wishes. And this is what this seems to be here, is that you can have a clear view that actually it's like as the clouds clear from that Page of Swords there, as the clouds clear, you can see the sun for a moment. The clouds are going to come back in it, but it give you that direction and give you that idea of actually sort of saying, you know what, we can walk away from this past part of life and walk towards the sun. That's what it seems to be doing. So it is that moment of pause of seeing your direction. So having that moment of healing going forward. It's providing those solutions. Providing those solutions will make you as well feel a lot more happier, and that's the healing aspect of it all. and the relaxing thing of knowing where you're going. I think that's the whole overall energy of this sort of, moving on with the Page of Swords, providing the solutions within the possibility solutions within the relationships, taking a little bit of a risk really on that side by providing those solutions, but it's going to make you overall feel happier and make you feel, it'll give you that Two of Cups sensation, basically being at one with yourself. I think that's what it's building up in you over this month. And you probably feel it a lot more in the last 2 months as we move into sort of Leo season, which goes really well with Aquarius, Leo and Aquarius. So let's just see what's going on there. And this is how it all sort of comes together and what's going on into how it leads you into your future. It's like the fruit is ready to be picked. And you can start harvesting some of your success. And I think that's going to provide that sort of overall feeling of security and healing and stuff like that. 10 of Cups. Do you know what? 10 of Cups say pure happiness after difficulty. So you've come on that journey, you've moved along, and all of a sudden it's like kind of going, ta-da, we've arrived. And I think this overall success as well, and harmony and happiness is going to come from those solutions here, but it's also going to be trying out those things for financial security in the future. So you feel serene, or you feel at ease with yourself, which gives you that healing moment in order for you to really enjoy life around you. So you can be you seem to be that sign that's providing the possible solutions or foresight going forward for the rest of the society that is around us. There you go, Aquarius. Yeah, don't forget your readings, your weekly readings come out on a Sunday. We are going to be doing some more readings and different things on this channel as well, so you would need to subscribe and click that bell to see. In the meantime, Aquarius, don't forget, life is fun, so please do enjoy.